Hello everyone, welcome back. So now uh, we're going to discuss this question in this video. It's a board practical question, one of the board practical questions, and the question says that write a program. Let's quickly finish this up. Write a program to declare a single dimension array of size n. So the size will be given by the user, and if you see in the input, the size is given by the user here, and then you have to, as per the size, you have to declare a single dimension array, right? Like here they have mentioned it. And then on the base, then you have to sort that single dimension array. And after sorting the single dimension array, like the array input was 5 to 1, they sorted it to 1 to 5 8. And then you have to arrange it into a n by n matrix like this, in this way. So if you observe here, it does form a pattern, right? Okay, so the elements of that particular matrix are getting stored over here. First all element, then one less, then one less, then one less. Okay, and then on the other side the same thing happens. Okay, so the first nothing, 0, then the 2 and the 3. So the main logic is going to be here actually, when we insert it, because taking a single dimension and sorting it is easy job. Of course, I'll show you that also. So if I talk about this, so this is a matrix, so where one I loop will go, right, and two j loops will go. So one j loop will handle this part, the decreasing part, and the other j loop will handle the this part, this part. Right? Now, if I look at the number of elements among them, if I can make a logic out of that, if you see the number of elements in the blue mark thing is 4 here, right? And in the red mark thing is nothing, so it's 0. Now this becomes 3, this becomes 1, right? 1 red. Now 2 blue and 2 red. Now 1 blue and 3 red, right? So this way it keeps on doing. So that means the first J loop goes from 4 till 1 and the second corresponding J loop is going from 0 till 3. That's the thing which we have to manage. Okay. Now let's go to the Bluejay and see how it works, and we'll discuss into it. I already have a solution. I'll just explain you the solution to save the time. I solved it already. Okay, just a moment. Here's the Bluejay, and as I told you, I already coded it. I'm going to explain it. Just let me pull out my marker so it's easy for me to mark on the screen and explain you what I want to explain you. By the time the markup comes out, this is a class I have made. So this is the 2019 question number 2, right? 2019 practical question number 2. This is a question which I'm going to attempt right now. So as I told you that we have to sort the single dimension array. So what I did is I created a function sort array, which is taking the array as a parameter, and we are using the bubble sort technique to sort it out, right? So whatever array is passed to us, the length of that array I stored into an n, right? And then over here, I run the loop as in the bubble sort technique, the first loop goes up to n, the second loop goes from uh, in j up to length minus I minus 1. Okay, I explained this. Why does it goes like that in one of my videos? Let's have a look at that. Videos, the first loop goes till n, second loop goes from till length minus I minus 1. And then we check the j with j plus 1th, and if they are not in order, like if the first one is more than the second one, we are swapping it out. Okay, so this is a simple bubble sort techniques. You can have a look at the bubble sort array video if you want to know further about it. So now we go to the main. Now what will happen in main? In the main, we are taking the number of terms from user. So here I'm taking the number of terms from user. And after taking the number of terms from the user, here, what we are doing is we are declaring a single dimension array, right? And a double dimension array simultaneously, in which I'm going to store the final matrix combination of the single dimension array. All right. Now here we took the array elements, and what I did after that, we just call the uh, sort function here. I just call the sort function. Let me mark and show you. Yeah. So here, I just call the sort function. Here, this is the place I call the sort function. And this array is passed to it. And after that, the array is done sorting. Since we pass the array, this is reference data type. So when you pass a reference data type, or the changes done by the function are reflected back in the original position. So the changes done by the function in the array are reflected back here. So no return type is required. You would have observed there that the function is a non-return type function here. It's a void function, right? Because when we handle the array, the changes done by the function are reflected back into the main place wherever the array is to the array itself. So we need not to return it. That's what I wanted to say here. And now I'm just printing out the sorted array over here. I'm just printing out the sorted array to check whether the array is sorted or not. Now the main logic of shifting it from the single dimension to the double dimension. As I told you that we have two J loops, right? So the first one is the first J loop and the second J loop, J1, J2, I can say, has a 4 number of iteration, then that will have 0 number of iteration, a 3 number of iteration, then 1 number of iteration, 2 number of iteration, 2 number of iteration, 1 number of iteration, and 3 number of iteration. Okay. So now the value of j is changing from 4 till 1. One way is that you take a separate variable for this, and you take a separate variable for this, like the NO1 and NO2, and then accordingly you manipulate it. That's also fine. That's a simple way. But since I can, if I want to use a value of the existing variable, what I can do, I'm just running the loop because what is the length of the single dimension array? It's 4 only, right? So I'm running the I loop from length minus 1, okay, till 0, right? If there are 5 elements, if there are 4 elements, it will go from 3 to 1. If there are 5 elements, it will go from 4 to 1. So that means I'm running a loop from the end of the array till 0 position and decreasing by 1. And now I'm running the the first J loop, but the upper limit of this first J loop is based on the I. So when the first time the value of I is n minus 1, so J loop will go up to this many times. For a 5-dimension array, it will go to 4 times. Then next time I will increase to 3, then the J will go to this many times. So the first loop's upper limit is set because we connected it to I. Now what we are doing over here in that thing, like if you see 1, 2, 3, 7, suppose these were the elements, then 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, and 1, right? And then here, the other part is taken care by, again, 1 gets replaced here, then 1, 2 comes here, and then 1, 2, 3 comes here. Something like this is the output, okay? So now, first I have to handle the first row of that particular matrix. So what I do is, I have taken a variable row separately because when I do double dimension array in a matrix, I used to use I value for the matrix. I it means the row one. But right now the loop is going in the reverse order. I can't use directly I, so I should make a variable R for I or for row. I have taken it as row equal to 0. And so for row and jth position, I'm just shifting the single dimension array element, right? And then when this process is done, when all the first 4 elements are done, then the another J loop will go. Now the limit of the another J loop is from where? See, if I look over here, the first J loop is ending here at what position? 0, 1. Okay. Then the second J loop will start from one position ahead and goes till end. So that's why the second loop is starting from the I plus 1 position, wherever the first loop has left and then goes till end. Right? And it does the same thing that mat, roweth, and jth position, it's putting the element, the array element. I have to reset the position to 0 again because on this side also, if you see, again the elements are coming from the zeroth position, means we are resetting the position and putting the values over here, right? So, and then after that, you can increase the value of row by one, right? Let me just show you the exact input and output. Just give me a moment so that I can explain it in a better way. The drawing of this. Okay, so here, in the question, the input is user has given actually 15281, which after sorting becomes 1258, right? And then they goes in that. First, all the elements of that goes into the multi-dimension array, all position occupied. So all the four are over here, right? Suppose I take this as n1 and this as n2. N1 is the limit of the first J loop and n2 is the limit of the second J loop. All right. So this goes up to here. Now here, so this will happen mat row. What is the value of row? 0. So over here in this particular process, the row will remain 0. So at the mat 0th and jth position, j is increasing from 0 to I. So our the value of I is 4 only. So it will go to 0, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 3 only, 1 less than the length. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So it will put all the elements here from the array, the single dimension array 1 to 5, 8. Right? Now, when it moves to the now, the value of n, I plus 1, when I say I plus 1, j equals to I plus 1, and I has already reached here the limit 3. So 3 plus 1, this will be 3 plus 1, and this is 3, right? So 3 plus 1, from 4 till 3, that doesn't make any sense. So the first time this loop will never execute. So that's why you don't see any pink elements here, okay? Now next time, the value of n reduces by 1. So it was 4 here, it goes to 3 now, right? And then what it does, again, the same thing will happen. It will come here, value of row has increased to by 1. So now whatever is being stored into the multi-dimension array, it goes here. So now the row is 1, we are talking about the 1th row. So again, the same loop will go from 0 till less than I, and the value of I is now, earlier it was 4, so now less than 3. So 0, 1, 2. So it will fill all this position with the elements of that array. All right. And now when it comes here, again, position is reset to 0 for the single dimension array. When it comes over here, now this loop will go from I plus 1. Now the I has ended at 3, right? Sorry, 0, 1, 2, 2. Now I plus 1 will be 3. So this loop will go from 3, now n is 4, from 3 to less than 4, that is 3 only. So from 3 to 3, so this will go only one time here, and it will put the single dimension element here, right? This goes to one time. Now when it comes to this row, this again reduces by 1, 2, and this increases to 2. How? I'll show you. So now it goes back again here, row increased to 1 by 1 more, so it has become now 0, 1, 2, row is 2. So in the third row or the ith particular row, I'm putting the elements. Now the value of I has become 2, so this will go from 0 and 1. Two elements are stored, right? Now this will be j equals to I plus 1. So I plus 1 means it has left at 2. So this will be from 3 till less than 4. So from 3 till less than 4. So that means, sorry, 0, 1, from 2 to, because this is the 0 position, this is 1 position. So I plus 1 will be 2. So from 2 to less than 4. So 2 to less than 4 is 2 and 3. So this is going to go 2 times. This loop will execute 2 times. And what it will do, it will just pull out the elements from here, the first two elements, and store it here. Now this time it becomes 1. All right. So now this loop, the first loop execute only one time. It pulls only one element from the single dimension array. The second loop will go from 1 till less than 4, the 3. It will go from 1, 2, 3, and it will pull out the first three elements and put it here. So that's how this particular code is working. Okay, this particular code program is working. So now in the main only, I'll just print the matrix and then I'll get the desired result. Let me show you the output. So I compile it. It compiles without any error. Let me take it to the main screen and show you the output. Okay, so when I run it, it asks me number of elements. Let me see what the question is asking. Yeah, in the question they are asking four number of elements. So I'll take number of elements four, and as per the question, I'll enter the desired inputs which is given here. So once I give those numbers in an order, it should arrange it alphabetically, so in the sequence of numbering, ascending order. And yeah, it has arranged in ascending order, and then it has given me the desired result. So I hope you would have understood this question along with the solution. Thank you very much for giving your time. Please like and subscribe and share the videos. See you bye bye in the next video where I will be solving next practical question of the series. Take care. Bye bye.